Okay, so the pool cleaner seems to be functioning, but there's debris in the pool. So what's going on? It's driving along, kind of. Let's check this out. Okay, so when I look at it, oh. Well, that will have to change as well then. So when I look at it, I see that this wheel, the drive belt on this side has failed, and it's still connected on that side. So dismantling this is pretty simple. You unscrew your balance weight. These two screws here. That removes this. Then there's a little tab here you push in on the front, and that whole top cover comes off. Okay, so now I'm going to have to change this. It was just going to be just the belt, but that's okay. So if we look, the main carriage is just held on with 4 screws, and these 2 wheel carriages are held on with 2 screws. So I'm going to have to take this off. It's normally just easier just to pop the wheels off. These plastic covers come off. You've got 2 little circlips here, little E-clips, pop them off. And then the wheels will just pull off easily. And I forgot they're connected to those other bits. Okay, so let's take the tray off. Drop the tray out. All of these screws are the same, so you don't have to worry about where they go. They're all the same. Nice and easy. This pipe here, you just have to jiggle it once you've loosened the tray. Put a little cover over the little windmill here. Take that off. So whilst I've got it apart, I'm going to check everything. Actually, if you look down in there, that bearing has collapsed. So that bearing there I'm going to change. And I'm just going to look at how worn everything is. Because whilst I'm at it, I'm going to just change whatever parts I need. It's been pretty reliable lately. This is the first time it's failed in a while. Mechanism off. Now that the main tray is loose, I can just lift this up, this wheel up, and just push on the axle, and that will come off. And I'm going to put that bolt off of there. And the same with this side, so just push on the axle and this will come off. And the wheels have got 2 bearings, one either side, so I'm going to inspect those. This one's really badly worn, in fact this one's collapsed, this bearing's dead. So I've got a set of bearings. I'm going to just change all of the bearings while I've got it apart. And this mechanism here, just lift out. This is shaft's holding it there. There you go. And that's out. So we've got a little this O-ring that sits on the bottom of this pipe. As you see, that's damaged, so we're going to change that as well. The actual impeller on there is completely shot, so I'm going to change that. So it's going to be a new impeller system, all new bearings, and a couple of belts. Okay. The bearings just pop out quite nice and easy. Just give them a bit of a tap and they come out. There's that there. So it's just plastic, but you can see that was completely worn out. Completely worn. Take this other wheel off. The bearings here, I mean that one doesn't even have a cage in it. It's completely worn out. So the centre of the bearing fallen out. The old belt all wrapped around it. And that's all okay. Good, so I'm going to change the bearing here, 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 and all of the wheel bearings, and then I'm going to just put a whole new impeller system on. Come out of there. Oops. A little circlips in the middle of things as well, so you sometimes get a pair of pliers to pull them out. Pull that one out of there. Pull that little half shaft out, that comes out. Not a lot of wear on this part, but all the others are so badly worn that it's not worth us keeping those. There it comes. Bearing there. Push that out. See, the impeller's completely and utterly. That's supposed to be nice, a nice fit on there. You can see it's really worn out. So with the impeller kit, yeah, new impeller, which comes with the bearings, which is nice. Both the drive wheels. Yeah, selection of new E-clips, which is always handy, and a new half shaft. So I will fit the new half shaft, even though there's nothing wrong with the old one. Now I'm just going to go around and just pop all these bearings out. Pop new ones in. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I've got 8 bearings with my kit. Great. This one may be a bit awkward to get out. When I've got it this far apart, it would be silly not to fit all new bearings. You know, I could look at them and go, oh, that bearing's okay, or that one's good, but I'm only going to be changing them again later, so let's fit all nice new ones. That one's loose in there. That'll be okay. I think I may have another wheel somewhere, but I'm not going to worry about that. I don't think it matters which way you put the bearings in, but I always put it so that the bearings are, the balls are in the inside, so that it's less likely dirt's going to get into them. The last one is this one. So it's just the reverse for reassembly. That one goes in there. Should have assembled that before. So that goes in there first. Yeah. That's tight. I wonder what that is. Stuck in the shaft. It's tight. Oh, there you go. I felt it go in then. Circle it back on this inner piece. I've forgotten to put this in once before. That was annoying. I found it laying on the bench when everything was finished. Which way? How did that go? That way. tugging on something. That's because I haven't got that other clip in. There you go. I'll put this one in. Yeah. It's definitely true what they say, the more you have, the more you've got to fix. Okay, is that better? Oh yeah, that's running nicely now. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we're going to drop this back in the frame. I'm going to go and find this O-ring and I'll be able to tidy up with all the bits. Get rid of all the rubbish and we'll move on. Oh well, the new piece comes with a nice new O-ring, so that's really helpful. Some silicone grease for the O-ring. Let's bring this back in. Going to drop over there. Well, it goes on easier than it comes off. That. Like that. Put a bit of grease on this. Make it slip in easy. Went in a treat. Let's drop down. Got to get the belts and this on before we start screwing this down. I'm putting this down too much because got to get the belts over all these things. They're tooth belts, so they're drive belts. Don't buy the cheap ones. Cheap ones just don't last very long. So get the good Kevlar ones. And you've got a little separator here. You've got to make sure that stays on. So I'm going to put this one towards the back. I'm going to put this one towards the front with the separator between them. I'm going to loosen that carriage again. Because then this can move backwards and forwards a little bit to adjust the belt tension. I don't know why it's not moving. There we go. So, set the wheel on. The bearing's fallen out. That bearing's loose. I'm just going to put that clip in there straight away so it doesn't keep coming out. Okay, that's that one. Same with this one. Yeah, the bearing's fallen out of this one as well. Hold on. We'll put these on first. Little spacer things. No, that one's still on. It was this one that fell off. Okay. I knew one of those spacers had fallen off. I didn't. Mr. Bearing. Fuel spacer on. Screws in on this. It's supposed to have 3 screws, but at some point one of the screws is going to drift, and it only needs 2, so that's fine. Now I don't tension this belt until I've bolted the carriage down, because that screw gets covered with the belt tension if I do that. So let's screw the carriage down. Don't fall in there. I've had a fair bit of wind here recently, and it's amazing how quickly your pool fills up with leaves when your Polaris isn't working properly. Every time I see there's a load of leaves in the pool on the bottom, I tend to have a quick look at the Polaris, because it's almost certainly it's stopped working. Okay, so I've got to shove that, push that over, tighten it down. Same with this one. See it, so I'm going to push that over. Make sure everything's all nicely running. The belts have got that bit in between them, which they don't. Move that over. That little divider, it's really important that that divider is between the 2 belts, because otherwise it wears the belts. Just force it over there. There we go, it's there now. Okay. Next wheel. Tyres are getting a bit worn. Time for new tyres soon. wheel caps on, make it look pretty. Try and remember which way your little nozzle was facing when you take it apart before you unscrew it, because that's how it climbs up, how much wall climbing it does and which direction it's pushing. So I always like mine to be sort of about there like that, so it pushes it so it's turning right all the time. Because my pool it will get jammed on the steps if I don't do that. Last thing is screw the float on. My end bit is completely worn away, so let's get a new one of those and fit that. Pretty much have a good selection of spares at all times for my Polaris, because I don't want it to be not working for a week while I'm waiting for parts to come in. I think I've got a whole new tail somewhere in the box. There's this thing fit on. And it goes on first. Yeah, okay. And then that comes over and locks it all off. Lubrication required, I think. Oh yeah, that's what it needs. Perfect. Well, these are really worn. Take that one off. Take that one off. And that one. I think I'll change the bottom three. I should have fitted these before I put that end on. That's okay. These wear rings are really helpful. It does save your pipe from getting worn out. So I would definitely suggest you fit them and change them as they wear. And I didn't do that on the end, which is why it wore the end out. I was remiss. Some people only just put one of these on the end, but I like them on. You might as well put them all the way. more. Save my end piece. These end pieces actually were quite expensive. I was quite surprised. So there it is, completely serviced, ready to run for quite a long while again. Well, hope this has been helpful for you guys, and I'll catch you all in the next one.